Hello everyone and welcome back to SnowRunner. On today's episode, we are continuing the Not a Drill mission that we were working on last episode. This part of this mission is we have to take this drilling rig from up here in the top right corner up by the garage of Smithfield Dam, and we have to go back to Black River and drive all the way over to the drilling site. So this is going to be a little bit of traveling, but a lot of it's going to be by road. So it shouldn't be too bad. The only thing that's going to make it a little more difficult is that we are hauling this giant trailer. This is, I think, a 5-slot trailer. And you have to have this big trailer for the drilling rig. But it's not the biggest thing I've hauled, and the majority of it is going to be using roads. There'll be a tiny portion that's off-road as well. But for the most part, this should be a fairly cut and dry, simple mission to do, as long as I don't take any wrong turns. That's the most important part of this one. I have to make sure I'm going the right way, because turning this thing around is not going to be an easy task. So if I screw up and I go the wrong way, like I am apt to do, I am going to be in hurting status big time, because it takes a hell of a lot of room to turn this thing around. But I think I have a pretty good handle on where I'm going, for the most part. Journey to the tunnel, I guess you would call it, that leads to Black River is not very far away. It's down here and to the left. So I should be able to get there with no problem, and then once I'm back on Black River, it's simply a matter of driving down to the bridge. You gotta go through town, down to the bridge, and then around to the drilling site. And I'm pretty sure I know the way, so I think we will be fine. Of course, you never know for sure. One thing this game has definitely taught me. Alright, we are here in Black River, and as I was saying, this game has taught me, don't get complacent, because the second you do and you think you're good to go and it's no problem, you got it all under control, is when you screw up and you get stuck or you roll your truck or something crazy. I went ahead and cut out the loading screen for you. I gotta make sure I'm going the right way so I'm not screwing this up. Well, I mean, I didn't cut it out. I just sat there and didn't talk. But future James is going to cut it out. Remember to cut that out, future James. Because otherwise, I'm going to look real dumb saying that I cut it out if they had to sit through the whole loading screen. And I believe we're going the right way. Town should be just up here. And then we will make our way down to the drilling site and deliver this bad boy, and that'll be job done. Should be easy cheesy. I know I say that, but who knows what'll happen. I'm hoping it'll be easy cheesy. Let's put it that way. This should be a fairly simple delivery. We are driving our wonderful Tayga that I love to death. This is a great truck. It is fast, it is capable, and with this paint job, it is oh so sharp. It is an amazing, amazing vehicle. I was Team Azaz for a while, because that's a good truck too, but it's so slow, man. But this Tayga is awesome. I can't wait to see what other kinds of trucks there are and what the future brings. It's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for some updates to start coming to this game, and it's really going to be cool. Now, depending on when you're watching this, you might already have updates to this game. Because what I do is I play a lot, okay? So I record multiple episodes per night. And one or two nights I might play SnowRunner. Like this game, pretty much since it came out, I've been playing it every night. So I've recorded a ton. And I don't know when all of those videos are going to hit the channel. Obviously, they can't all go up at once because they have to all be edited and all that kind of stuff. So over time, they'll be coming out. So as you're watching this, you may already have updates. There may be way awesome stuff. You may even have mods. I hope not, because mods are supposed to be down the road a ways. And if you haven't seen this until mods come out, then that means future James has not been doing his job. He's been goofing off too much. Because you should have seen this way before that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have an update already. And I wonder what the update is. Hopefully they fix the steering, because I hate this steering. This steering is the worst. If you don't remember to turn your wheel back, man, you just go flying. It sucks. I like it better when the wheel auto-corrects itself to the middle. I love that. Because that way when you forget to turn, you're still going straight. That's really cool. So hopefully that's one of the things they change. And I'm sure when they do, there will be a lot of people pissed off about it and complaining that they want the old way back. But I will preemptively say that I'm for it, as long as it works that way. Because I think it makes driving games a lot more fun to play, especially if you have any kind of speed going. It's very difficult if your wheel doesn't correct itself. This isn't so hard to drive, really. It's just different from every other driving game. That's the problem, I think. With every other driving game, it auto-corrects for you. So if you turn left here, when you let off the stick, the wheels go back straight so that you don't continue to turn left. But on this game, if you don't move the wheels back to the right, you continue to turn left. Which is how it would be in real life, so it's a lot more realistic. I get that. It's just so different from every other game that it makes it a little more difficult. Now this turn coming up is going to be very interesting to try to make with this big truck and trailer combo here. This turn is easy. This is where the rocks on the pole was down and everything. But the turn off to get down to the drilling site, it's like it goes the opposite direction. So I'll be traveling this way and I'll have to cut back onto that turn. So it's going to be interesting seeing how I make that turn with this load. I don't really know how I'm going to do it yet. I have to kind of look at it when I get there and kind of judge it as I go. Because I don't really have a strategy yet. And that's probably foolish to not have a strategy before I get there, but that's the way it is. That's the truth. We're going to play it by ear and just trust that everything is going to work out just fine. Things usually do. I roll my truck sometimes, and I take a lot of wrong turns, that kind of thing, but generally speaking, things always seem to work out in my life. I'm a pretty blessed person. And I have overcome a lot of stupid mistakes in my life to come up smelling like a rose. I think the turn is going to be up around this turn up here, I think. I'll know it when I get there. I'll know it when I see it. Famous last words, right? How many times have you gotten hopelessly lost because your husband or your dad or somebody like that says, I'll know it when I see it? My dad's famous one was always, it's a shortcut. No matter how lost we were, no matter where we were going, he was just taking a shortcut. All right, I think right here is where I'm going to be turning. No, this doesn't look right either. All right, this is the gas station, so I believe it's up past the gas station if I remember the map correctly. So we still have a little bit of ways to go. And it wasn't where I thought it was. Now I can feel all of your confidence draining away in my ability to pull this off, because I don't even know where the road is. I get that. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a piece of cake. sometimes I just have a horseshoe, you know, and I just pull it off regardless. As far as the driving of the bigger truck, I have no problem with that. I understand how these things operate. I understand how to drive them. I've driven trucks with trailers in my lifetime. Nothing like this, but I've driven a box truck before, and I've driven a truck that is pulling a trailer. This is where I got to turn, right here. This looks very familiar. And see how the road cuts back? So I think I'm going to go wide here around this sign and kind of hit it that way. I think that's the play. And if all goes as planned here, I will look like I know what I'm doing. I will look like a professional. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty, a work of art. You would think I did this for a living. That was a perfect turn. I couldn't have done that any better. I am very, very proud of that. I had a lot of confidence going in, but I can assure you that was by no means a gimme. I could have very easily screwed that up, but it went beautifully. So now all I have to do is make it down this dirt road here. There's a really sketchy, muddy area coming up. A couple of them, actually. But I think we'll be fine as long as we keep momentum, which I've kind of lost. But the Tayga's powering through, so we're going to see what the Tayga has here, because it's pulling a hell of a big, heavy load. And if it can still make its way through the deep mud, pulling this load, I'm going to be very, very pleased with it. I'm pretty sure I am going to be very pleased with it, because it's performing wonderfully. Absolutely love this truck. Now I realize it's getting to be nighttime and it's kind of dark, but I'm going to try to go ahead and pull this off as long as I can still see without switching to morning, because I really enjoy the headlights. I like the way they look. But if I kind of get to a point where I think that maybe I can't see, or maybe you're having trouble seeing because it's too dark, which I think we're at that point, I'm going to go ahead and switch it. Because it just looked like going through this darker area, you weren't going to be able to see anything. So I went ahead and switched it up. Made it morning again for you. Right now, down here is the worst part of the trip. Getting across this little rickety improvised bridge. This is the muddy spot here, and then right past the bridge there's some really deep, nasty mud. But so far the Tayga has done wonderfully in everything. It hasn't been slowed down or stopped by anything yet, so I have the utmost confidence that I will easily be able to get through this and deliver this drilling rig, which is exactly what I'm doing so far. Now right up here past this little turn is where the deep mud is, once we get up here to flat ground. So I have to go through it to get to the place I have to deliver this. There's really no way around it. You have to go through it. So we're going to go up here and we're going to have to make a left. And right after we get, well, right before actually, because there's mud right there in front of me. There might be mud past the turn as well, but this spot is muddy. Yeah, I think it's this little junction here is the worst. And it kind of leads all the way over there. But if I can get past this junction and I can pop up here, I'll be golden. And it's slowed down a little bit because it is a very heavy load I'm hauling through here, but I never stopped. The Tayga just continued to pull through. And it did a wonderful job. So let's deliver this and let's watch it get set up. I love watching it when the stuff gets put together. That's really cool. Let's unload it, and there we go. Look at that thing. So now they have their drilling rig set up. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And make sure you check out the Steering to the Abyss radio show. That's the main purpose of this channel, is to put the show on. I do that for a living, the radio show, and write books. But I do this for fun. I love video games. And I hope that you guys are enjoying hanging out with me as I play them. So until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.